Hello everyone. Just wanted to say how thrilled and deeply grateful to each of you for being a part of our journey. Your unwavering support and enthusiasm have propelled our community to nearly 400 subscribers, and I couldn't be more thankful. Thank you for believing in this channel, sharing your thoughts, and being the incredible individuals you are. On that note, let's get into the stories. Story 1. In a small, picturesque town nestled amid verdant landscapes, a peculiar urban legend shrouded the tale of Dr. Jacob Fairchild. Decades ago, Dr. Fairchild, a respected physician and scientist, was renowned for his radical theories in regenerative medicine and life extension. His controversial research delved into the realms of cellular regeneration and biological resurrection. As the town's folkloric tales would have it, Dr. Fairchild's ambitious pursuits led to secretive experiments in his secluded mansion on the outskirts of town. Stories whispered of peculiar lights emanating from the mansion at odd hours, unsettling rumors of disquieting screams echoing through the night, and sightings of shadowy figures roaming the property. Emily Carter, an inquisitive journalist with a penchant for uncovering the truth behind local legends, found herself entangled in the enigma of Dr. Fairchild's legacy. Her journalistic instincts piqued by the macabre tales, she delved into the archives, unearthing faded newspaper clippings and scattered testimonials that chronicled Dr. Fairchild's mysterious disappearance. The more Emily investigated, the deeper she delved into the physician's unorthodox theories. His belief in the possibility of regenerating life beyond its natural course became the cornerstone of his research, an ambition that led to his eventual fall from grace and disappearance under suspicious circumstances. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Emily sought to demystify the legend and uncover the truth behind Dr. Fairchild's experiments. She traversed the town, piecing together fragmented accounts from elderly residents and stumbling upon hidden journals and discarded lab notes that hinted at the scientist's radical pursuits. Armed with compelling evidence and a thirst for the truth, Emily journeyed to the outskirts of town, where Dr. Fairchild's secluded mansion stood, an imposing structure shrouded in overgrown foliage and mystic silence. As she approached the decaying mansion, a disquiet sense of unease settled upon her. The dilapidated facade exuded an air of desolation, its shattered windows and weathered doors a testament to the passage of time. The overgrown garden rustled with whispers of forgotten secrets, and a sense of being watched by unseen eyes lingered in the air. Undeterred by the ominous ambience, Emily ventured into the decaying mansion, guided by flickering rays of sunlight that filtered through the broken windows. The interior lay in disarray, a dilapidated laboratory adorned with arcane contraptions, vials of murky liquids, and discarded scientific apparatuses. As Emily explored the forsaken laboratory, she unearthed traces of Dr. Fairchild's ambitious experiments, esoteric journals and scattered notations detailing his relentless pursuit of defying mortality and resurrecting life from the brink of death. Her investigation led her deeper into the mansion's depths, where she stumbled upon a concealed chamber, veiled in shadows and obscured by a sense of unease. The chamber, adorned with strange symbols and archaic diagrams, harbored a scary energy. In the heart of the chamber lay an ominous contraption, a colossal apparatus surrounded by intricately designed machinery and a mystic hum that reverberated through the air. At its center, an ominous pedestal housed an ancient-looking book, adorned with cryptic writings and faded illustrations. Drawn to the mysterious tome, Emily approached cautiously, her fingers tracing the weathered pages that chronicled Dr. Fairchild's radical experiments in resurrection and cellular reanimation. The pages hinted at a ghastly process, a method to harness the essence of life and rekindle it within the confines of death. As she perused the ominous pages, a sudden surge of dark energy engulfed the chamber. Shadows coalesced, twisting and contorting into sinister shapes that danced across the walls, a haunting manifestation that seemed to echo the forbidden experiments once conducted within the mansion's walls. In a heart-stopping revelation, Emily sensed a presence, a spectral echo that emanated from the unearthly apparatus. The ghostly remnants of Dr. Fairchild's relentless pursuit lingered within the chamber, an ethereal essence bound by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and the dark secrets of resurrection. In a horrifying crescendo, the spectral presence surged forth, a maelstrom of unearthly energies that enveloped Emily in a suffocating grip. She recoiled in terror, realizing the sinister truth. The mansion harbored remnants of an unholy experiment gone awry, an eerie echo of Dr. Fairchild's ambitious but macabre pursuits. With a blood-curdling scream, Emily was ensnared within the spectral vortex, a fate sealed by the unnerving echoes of resurrection, condemning her to an eternal dance amidst the shadows of Dr. Fairchild's relentless experimentations. As the night settled over the desolate mansion, a stillness pervaded the atmosphere. Emily Carter's disappearance became yet another unsolved mystery, a harrowing testament to the dangerous pursuit of forbidden knowledge and the perils that lurked within the unexplored realms of the unknown. Story 2. In the heart of an old town, nestled amidst rolling hills and lush forests, lay a weathered cemetery known as Oakwood Rest. Among the rows of faded tombstones stood one solitary monument that captured the town's dark lore, a tombstone marked by the name Edgar Hawthorne. Edgar's grave bore the weight of a dark legend that echoed through generations. Tales spoke of Edgar as a recluse, an eccentric man of mystery who lived on the outskirts of town. His enigmatic life ended in tragedy, leading to a local belief that his restless spirit haunted the cemetery. The tombstone stood weather-beaten, its engravings faded by time. Locals recounted spine-chilling anecdotes of whispers heard around the grave, flickering lights at twilight, and an inexplicable sense of being watched by unseen eyes. Alicia Richards, a young investigative journalist with an intrigue for local legends, stumbled upon the curious lore of Edgar Hawthorne's tombstone. Driven by her passion for uncovering truth amidst folklore, she set out to unravel the mysteries shrouding Oakwood Rest. Researching archives and interviewing elderly residents, Alicia pieced together the fragments of Edgar's life, a once prominent figure in the town, known for his reclusive nature and fascination with the occult. With each revelation, the lines between fact and legend blurred. Some accounts painted Edgar as an enigmatic but misunderstood figure, while others perpetuated the belief in his haunting presence. Alicia's pursuit led her to the cemetery, determined to uncover the truth behind the mysterious tombstone. As she ventured through Oakwood Rest, a haunting ambience enveloped her. The rustling leaves, the creaking of old trees, and the distant howls of nocturnal creatures set an uncanny backdrop for her investigation. The tombstone loomed ahead, weathered but undeniably imposing. Alicia meticulously examined the inscription, tracing the faded letters etched into the stone. A gust of wind whispered through the trees, causing the hair on her neck to stand on end. The tombstone remained silent, seemingly void of any spectral presence. As night fell and shadows stretched across the cemetery, Alicia felt an unsettling chill. Her flashlight flickered, casting elongated shadows that danced among the gravestones. A sensation of being watched lingered, and a faint voice seemed to whisper on the wind, sending shivers down her spine. Intent on unraveling the truth, Alicia lingered by the tombstone, her determination clouded by a sense of worry. Suddenly, a strange sensation gripped her, and the ground beneath her feet quivered. A low, guttural sound emanated from the earth, a sinister vibration that resonated through the cemetery. Alicia stumbled back, her heart racing, as the ground near Edgar Hawthorne's tombstone began to crack and split open. In a horrifying turn of events, skeletal fingers emerged from the earth, clawing their way into the moonlit night. Alicia's shock turned to terror as the ground continued to rupture, revealing a ghastly sight. A decrepit skeletal figure adorned in tattered remnants of clothing, rising from the grave. Horror seized Alicia as she witnessed the unearthly spectacle. The figure, resembling the remains of a long-deceased man, staggered from the grave, its empty eye sockets fixated on her. A silent scream lodged in Alicia's throat as the revenant stumbled toward her with an unnatural, jerking gait. In a heart-stopping moment, the ghastly specter extended its bony hand toward Alicia, as if beckoning her to join him in the realm of the dead. Paralyzed by fear, she could only watch in terror as the revenant drew closer, the air thick with a putrid stench of decay. The horrifying encounter sent Alicia reeling backward, scrambling away in sheer panic. With adrenaline-fueled desperation, she managed to break free from the ghastly apparition's reach, fleeing the cemetery in terror. As she stumbled out into the safety of the moonlit streets, The echoes of her racing heart drowned out the haunting cries that lingered behind her. The encounter with the Revenant at Edgar Hawthorne's tombstone became a haunting tale etched into Alicia's memory, a spine-chilling testament to the depths of Oakwood Rest's enduring legend. Story 3. Nestled within the heart of Greenridge Town, cloaked in a serenity that contrasted the bustling streets, lay the Silent Grounds, a cemetery steeped in history and adorned with weathered gravestones that bore witness to the passage of time. Legends whispered of a silent guardian, a figure veiled in mystery, watching over the hallowed grounds. For decades, tales had circulated among the townsfolk, weaving the enigmatic narrative of the Guardian. Stories depicted the figure as a silent sentinel, a solitary presence that prowled the cemetery's pathways under the moon's pale light, a protector of the sanctity of the resting souls. Amongst the local populace, Emma Hayes, a young librarian with an insatiable curiosity for the town's folklore, found herself drawn to the mysterious tales surrounding the Silent Grounds and its elusive guardian. Her fascination led her to delve into the annals of history, uncovering fragments of forgotten lore that hinted at the guardian's existence. As Emma delved deeper into the town's archives, she unearthed tales dating back centuries, accounts of an enigmatic figure cloaked in darkness, whose silent vigilance over the Silent Grounds was a testament to an unspoken oath to protect the graves from desecration. Driven by a thirst for unraveling the truth behind the legends, Emma embarked on nocturnal expeditions to the Silent Grounds, each visit tinged with a curious blend of trepidation and fascination. She wandered through the labyrinthine paths, tracing her fingers over the time-worn epitaphs that adorned the crumbling gravestones. Amidst the moonlit silence, Emma felt a peculiar sensation, a subtle shift in the atmosphere that hinted at an unseen presence. Shadows flickered at the corner of her vision, teasing her senses with an ephemeral dance that vanished upon closer scrutiny. Undeterred by the elusive nature of her pursuit, Emma ventured deeper into the cemetery's depths, a peculiar sense of being watched tugging at her consciousness. Her steps echoed amidst the sepulchral silence, each footfall seemingly resonating with the untold stories buried within the Silent Grounds. On one fateful night, as Emma wandered the cemetery's pathways, a solemn stillness settled over the grounds. The air grew heavy with a palpable tension, and an inexplicable sent shivers down her spine. A whisper of movement caught her attention, a fleeting shadow that seemed to glide among the gravestones. Emma's heart quickened its pace as she followed the elusive silhouette, an amalgamation of fear and intrigue propelling her forward. Through the mist-draped alleys, she glimpsed the outline of a figure, a solitary sentinel shrouded in darkness, standing vigil over the resting souls. With bated breath, Emma approached the figure, an unspoken curiosity overriding her trepidation. The guardian stood motionless, a silent silhouette amid the moon's ethereal glow, exuding an air of somber authority that sent a coldness down Emma's spine. As she drew closer, the guardian's features remained veiled in shadow, an enigmatic presence emanating an aura of ancient wisdom and unwavering resolve. The moonlight cast an odd luminescence upon the figure, lending an otherworldly quality to the scene. In a daring move, Emma attempted to address the guardian, her voice quivering as she sought answers to the age-old mysteries that shrouded the Silent Grounds. Yet her words dissipated into the night, met with a profound silence from the stoic figure. A sudden gust of wind rustled through the trees, carrying with it an ominous whisper that seemed to echo from the guardian itself. Emma's heart raced as a sense of impending doom clouded her thoughts, a realization that she had trespassed upon an ancient sanctum guarded by an entity beyond mortal comprehension. In a haunting climax, the guardian's shadowy form began to shimmer, a spectral metamorphosis that defied explanation. Emma's breath caught in her throat as the figure dissolved into wisps of darkness, an unsettling manifestation that sent a surge of terror coursing through her veins. With an abnormal howl that pierced the night, the guardian's ephemeral form dissipated into the ether, leaving Emma trembling in its wake, a witness to the fleeting apparition that guarded the Silent Grounds. The encounter left an indelible mark, etching the enigmatic guardian's presence into the annals of the Silent Grounds' enduring legend. Story 4. In the outskirts of Ashford Valley, nestled amidst a dense thicket of ancient oaks and veiled by the passage of time, lay an unassuming clearing. a place long forgotten by the town's inhabitants. Within this tranquil glade stood a forgotten burial ground, its gravestones weathered by years of neglect, bearing silent witness to an untold history. The tales woven around this burial ground were shrouded in mystery, whispers of a forgotten chapter in Ashford Valley's past, tales of an abandoned cemetery where those from eras long past found their eternal repose. Overgrown with ivy and embraced by the encroaching wilderness, the burial ground remained an enigmatic relic, a testament to the forgotten souls resting beneath its soil. Among the curious souls drawn to the town's lore was Adam Turner, an earnest historian whose fascination with untold stories led him to unravel the secrets veiled by the veil of time. Adam's quest for the forgotten burial ground's history led him to delve deep into dusty archives and tattered manuscripts, seeking fragments of a past obscured by neglect. As Adam unearthed obscure accounts and forgotten narratives, he pieced together the burial ground's faded legacy, an integral part of Ashford Valley's history erased by the passage of time. The burial ground, once a revered site for the town's early settlers, had fallen into obscurity, forgotten amidst the progress of modernity. Driven by an insatiable desire to resurrect the burial ground's forgotten history, Adam ventured into the forgotten clearing, a quiet oasis hidden away from the bustling town. The burial ground lay in disrepair, its gravestones marred by moss and neglect, a testament to the passage of time that had consigned the site to oblivion. Adam, armed with reverence and a sense of duty, navigated the overgrown paths, tracing his fingers over the weathered gravestones that bore the faded names of those who had long departed. Each inscription held a tale, an echo of a life once lived, now relegated to the annals of forgotten memory. As the afternoon sun waned, casting elongated shadows across the burial ground, Adam felt an inexplicable sense of unease, and bizarre sensation that stirred the air, as if the voices of the departed echoed through the silent glade. Yet his fascination with uncovering the burial ground's hidden history urged him to press forward. Amidst the fading light, Adam stumbled upon a dilapidated crypt, its stone facade adorned with intricate carvings that spoke of an era long past. An air of melancholy hung around the crypt, and a haunting silence pervaded its surroundings, an unsettling aura that hinted at buried secrets waiting to resurface. Driven by an unyielding curiosity, Adam approached the crypt, his footsteps echoing in the stillness of the clearing. A sense of darkness settled upon him, the weight of forgotten histories tugging at his conscience, urging him to unearth the buried truths obscured by time's veil. With trembling hands, Adam brushed aside the encroaching vines that obscured the crypt's entrance, revealing the yawning darkness within. The crypt's interior exuded an oppressive atmosphere, an unnerving silence that resonated with the weight of untold stories entombed within its walls. As Adam stepped into the crypt's depths, an inexplicable cold enveloped him, a sensation that clawed at his senses, hinting at an unseen presence that lingered in the shadows. A faint whisper echoed through the crypt, a haunting murmuring that seemed to reverberate from the forgotten souls resting within. Suddenly, a sepulchral groan emanated from the crypt's depths, a guttural sound that shattered the silence, sending shivers down Adam's spine. The air thickened with an unsettling energy, and a sense of imminent dread coiled around him, binding him within the crypt's suffocating embrace. In a heart-stopping moment, the shadows coalesced into spectral forms, ethereal remnants of the forgotten souls rising from their eternal slumber. Their ghostly apparitions, clad in tattered remnants of an era long past, drifted towards Adam with spectral grace, their hollow eyes fixated upon him. With a blood-curdling realization, Adam found himself ensnared in a spectral congregation, an unearthly assembly of souls forgotten by time. The apparitions encircled him with a haunting reverence, their ghastly visages evoking an unspoken tragedy, an eternity spent in the purgatory of obscurity. In a mystic climax, the apparitions reached out to Adam, their spectral hands grasping for his mortal essence, a harrowing attempt to draw him into their spectral realm, condemning him to an eternity of forgotten torment. With a primal scream, Adam struggled against the spectral grasp, fighting to break free from the unearthly embrace that threatened to claim him. His frantic attempts to escape were met with an overpowering force, an inevitable descent into the abyss of forgotten souls. As the night descended upon the burial ground, a haunting silence settled over the crypt, a testament to the enigmatic allure of forgotten histories that lingered within its depths. Adam Turner's disappearance became yet another unsolved mystery, a true testament to the perils that awaited those who dared to unearth the buried echoes of the past. Story 5. In the serene outskirts of Cedarwood Village lay an old abandoned cemetery known for its unmarked graves, a peculiar testament to forgotten souls who found their eternal rest amidst the veil of obscurity. The cemetery, with its weathered tombstones and unmarked plots, was a place shrouded in silent mysteries. Tales whispered among the villagers spoke of an ancient curse that plagued the unmarked graves, a solemn reminder of an era obscured by the sands of time. The absence of identifiable markings rendered the graves a haunting enigma, a silent chorus of forgotten stories etched into the soil, awaiting discovery. Amongst the curious inhabitants drawn to the village's enigmatic history was Sarah Collins, a young historian with a fervent passion for unraveling forgotten narratives. Sarah's fascination led her to delve into the village archives, seeking fragments of a past veiled by neglect and abandoned recollections. As Sarah sifted through dusty records and faded documents, she pieced together fragments of the cemetery's obscured history, a once revered burial ground overshadowed by an ancient curse. The unmarked graves bore testimony to an unresolved tragedy, a legacy of silent echoes waiting to be unearthed. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Sarah ventured into the abandoned cemetery, a hallowed ground nestled within the embrace of time-worn trees. The atmosphere was heavy with a sepulchral silence, and an inexplicable feeling lingered in the air, as if the whispers of the forgotten souls echoed through the dilapidated gravestones. Amidst the overgrown foliage and decrepit tombstones, Sarah traced her fingers over the weathered engravings, hoping to discern clues that might unveil the stories hidden within the unmarked graves. Each unmarked plot carried an air of solemn mystery, a silent testament to lives obscured by the passage of time. As the daylight waned and shadows danced across the cemetery, Sarah felt a palpable unease, a spectral presence that seemed to stir amidst the forgotten graves. The absence of identifiable markers seemed to intensify the freakish ambience, hinting at stories yearning to be remembered. Undeterred by the foreboding atmosphere, Sarah continued her exploration, guided by an unwavering determination to unravel the secrets veiled by the unmarked graves. Each step forward felt like a journey deeper into the unknown, an enigmatic labyrinth of obscured histories waiting to resurface. Amidst the fading light, Sarah stumbled upon a peculiar section of the cemetery, a cluster of unmarked graves shrouded by encroaching foliage, seemingly untouched by time's passage. An air of disquiet settled upon the area, as if the silent echoes of the forgotten souls beckoned her to uncover their buried truths. With a sense of trepidation, Sarah knelt beside one of the unmarked graves, feeling an inexplicable pull, a haunting resonance that seemed to emanate from the soil itself. Her fingers traced the faint impressions left by time, a somber reminder of a life unmarked by legacy or remembrance. Suddenly, a sinister realization gripped Sarah, a warning sense of impending doom that coiled around her senses. The atmosphere shifted, the air thickening with an unseen presence, and an ominous feeling of being watched by unseen eyes enveloped her. In the moment, the ground beneath Sarah began to tremble, a sinister force stirring from the forgotten depths. A hollow whisper echoed through the cemetery, carrying an ancient lament, a spectral chorus of voices yearning to break the shackles of silent obscurity. With a sudden jolt, the unmarked graves seemed to quake, a haunting manifestation of the curse that bound the forgotten souls to their obscured resting places. The ground churned and heaved, and unearthly cries pierced the air as if the silenced voices of the buried emerged in a lamentation. In a horrifying climax, the spectral unrest surged forth, a cacophony of ethereal apparitions rising from the unmarked graves. The ghostly figures, draped in tattered shrouds of time, converged upon Sarah with an ethereal presence, their mournful visages a testament to the unresolved tragedy that tethered them to their forgotten resting grounds. Sarah's heart raced with terror as she found herself ensnared within the spectral congregation, a dark encounter with the tormented echoes of the unmarked graves. Their spectral hands reached out, grasping for her essence, an attempt to draw her into the perpetual limbo that plagued their silent existence. In a desperate bid to escape the spectral grasp, Sarah fought against the unearthly apparitions, struggling against the ethereal force that sought to claim her. Her terrified cries echoed through the cemetery, lost amidst the haunting lamentation that reverberated through the night. As the moon cast its pale glow upon the cemetery, a silence settled once more, a haunting reminder of the curse that lingered within the unmarked graves. Sarah Collins's disappearance became yet another enigmatic chapter in Cedarwood Village's history, a testament to the perils that awaited those who dared to disturb the silent echoes of forgotten souls. Story 6. In the quaint town of Ravenwood, nestled amidst rolling hills and shadowed by ancient trees, lay the Whispering Oak Cemetery, a serene resting place for the departed souls of generations past. The caretaker of this silent sanctuary was an enigmatic figure known only as Old Man Harrington, the graveyard keeper whose mysterious presence stirred whispers among the townsfolk. Rumors swirled around Old Man Harrington, tales woven from threads of suspicion and speculation. Some regarded him as a solitary soul, committed to tending the graves with unwavering diligence, while others whispered darker stories, an inscrutable past veiled by shadows, hinting at a hidden secret buried within the cemetery's grounds. Among the curious townsfolk was Rebecca Thornton, an inquisitive journalist with an insatiable appetite for uncovering hidden truths. Rebecca's journalistic instincts led her to the intriguing lore surrounding Old Man Harrington, the enigmatic graveyard keeper whose enshrouded past beckoned her to unravel its mysteries. Through tireless research and tireless inquiries, Rebecca pieced together fragments of Ravenwood's folklore, a patchwork of tales hinting at Old Man Harrington's elusive past. The townsfolk's whispered suspicions, coupled with cryptic accounts from decades past, wove a tapestry of uncertainty around the keeper of Whispering Oak Cemetery. Driven by an unyielding curiosity, Rebecca ventured to the cemetery, her footsteps echoing amidst the gravestones that bore silent witness to the passage of time. The serenity of the graveyard belied an underlying sense of unease, a palpable tension that hung in the air, hinting at stories waiting to be unearthed. With each visit, Rebecca observed Old Man Harrington's meticulous care for the graves, a steadfast devotion that seemed intertwined with a veiled melancholy. She sought to penetrate the enigmatic facade of the graveyard keeper, yearning to uncover the truth concealed beneath his stoic countenance. As twilight cast elongated shadows across the cemetery, Rebecca's inquiries led her to approach Old Man Harrington, a figure shrouded in the fading light, his weathered features etched with the weight of unspoken secrets. She endeavored to engage him in conversation, hoping to glean insights into the hidden depths of the graveyard keeper's past. Yet Old Man Harrington remained elusive, a man of few words whose silence spoke volumes. His guarded demeanor hinted at a past veiled in shadows, warding off Rebecca's attempts to unearth the secrets buried within the cemetery's hallowed grounds. Undeterred by the keeper's reticence, Rebecca's determination to uncover the truth led her deeper into the labyrinth of Ravenwood's folklore. She ventured into the town's archives, scouring faded manuscripts and dusty records for clues that might unveil the enigma surrounding Old Man Harrington. Amidst the passages of time-worn chronicles and fading ink, Rebecca stumbled upon cryptic accounts, anecdotes hinting at an incident from decades past, an occurrence shrouded in mystery and linked to the whispers that swirled around the graveyard keeper. The accounts spoke of a tragic event, an incident that plunged Ravenwood into mourning, leaving scars upon the town's collective memory. References to an unsolved disappearance, coinciding with Old Man Harrington's arrival as the graveyard keeper, fueled Rebecca's suspicion that a hidden truth lay buried beneath the cemetery's serene facade. With relentless determination, Rebecca sought to confront Old Man Harrington once more, hoping to coax a revelation from the keeper's enigmatic demeanor. She approached him, her voice laced with urgency as she pressed for answers, her inquiries echoing through the silent expanse of Whispering Oak Cemetery. In a rare moment of vulnerability, a haunted expression flickered across Old Man Harrington's weathered face, an echo of pain veiled by years of guarded solitude. His silence spoke volumes, hinting at a burden carried in the recesses of his soul, a secret that lingered like a specter within the graveyard keeper's stoic facade. As the night descended upon the cemetery, a breathtaking realization dawned upon Rebecca, an unsettling truth lurking within the keeper's guarded countenance. In the revelation, The graveyard's shadows seemed to converge, whispering echoes of an obscured past that refused to be silenced. In a heart-stopping moment, Old Man Harrington turned to Rebecca, his eyes a window to the hidden torment veiled by the facade of stoic resolve. With a shudder, he uttered cryptic words, a haunting confession that shattered the silence of the graveyard, a revelation that shook Rebecca to the core. In a voice laden with sorrow and remorse, Old Man Harrington spoke of a dark secret buried within Whispering Oak Cemetery, a buried truth intertwined with his own tragic past. He confessed to a long-buried secret, an unsolved mystery that bound him to the graveyard's silent grounds. Before Rebecca could comprehend the weight of the revelation, a sudden darkness enveloped the cemetery, a malevolent presence that seemed to manifest from the keeper's whispered confession. A haunting specter emerged from the shadows, an apparition draped in the veil of long-forgotten sorrow. With a blood-curdling shriek, the apparition surged forth, an unearthly entity bound to the hidden secret within the cemetery. Its spectral form loomed over Rebecca and Old Man Harrington, its mournful wail echoing through the graveyard in a symphony of tortured echoes. In a sudden pinnacle, the apparition's ethereal touch reached out, enveloping Old Man Harrington within its spectral embrace, an agonizing fate that condemned the graveyard keeper to an eternity bound by the curse of the cemetery's unspoken secret. Rebecca watched in horror as Old Man Harrington's form dissipated into the night, his anguished cries lost amidst the haunting wails that reverberated through the graveyard. The cold encounter left Rebecca paralyzed by terror, a witness to the tragic fate that awaited those entangled within the enigmatic secrets of Whispering Oak Cemetery. Story 7. In the heart of Stonehill Valley, concealed within a veil of dense mist and shadowed by ancient elms, stood the enigmatic cryptic mausoleum, a structure cloaked in whispered tales and centuries-old mysteries. The mausoleum's weathered facade exuded an uncanny allure, drawing curious souls with its cryptic aura and enigmatic presence. Amongst those intrigued by the mausoleum's enigma was Daniel Evans, an inquisitive historian whose fascination with forgotten relics led him to uncover the mysteries veiled by the passage of time. Daniel's tireless quest for historical truths guided him through dusty archives and faded manuscripts, seeking to unravel the secrets that surrounded the cryptic structure. Through his research, Daniel pieced together fragmented narratives, an intricate tapestry woven from centuries of folklore and forgotten tales. Whispers among the locals hinted at the mausoleum's elusive history, a resting place for a noble family shrouded in enigmatic circumstances and steeped in dark legends. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Daniel journeyed to Stonehill Valley, his steps echoing amidst the mist-draped pathways that led to the cryptic mausoleum. The atmosphere was thick with a haunting silence, and an inexplicable chill hung in the air, a prelude to the mysteries veiled within the mausoleum's ancient walls. As Daniel approached the weathered structure, an uncanny sense of fear settled upon him. The mausoleum's dilapidated grandeur bore the weight of forgotten histories, its stony visage adorned with cryptic symbols that hinted at untold secrets waiting to be unveiled. Undeterred by the ominous ambience, Daniel ventured inside the mausoleum, guided by the dim light filtering through stained glass windows that cast kaleidoscopic hues across the chamber's stone walls. The interior lay shrouded in a sepulchral silence, each step echoing through the hallowed halls. As he traversed the mausoleum's labyrinthine corridors, Daniel encountered sarcophagi adorned with ornate carvings and faded inscriptions, a testament to the noble lineage entombed within. The cryptic symbols etched upon the walls hinted at hidden meanings, veiled beneath layers of forgotten lore. In his exploration, Daniel stumbled upon a secluded chamber, an antechamber veiled by shadows and suffused with an odd ambience. The chamber harbored a sinister presence, a cryptic energy that seemed to permeate the very air, urging Daniel to decipher its arcane mysteries. Drawn to an ancient sarcophagus at the chamber's center, Daniel sensed a peculiar resonance, an enigmatic force emanating from the ornately crafted casket. His fingers traced the faded engravings adorning the sarcophagus, attempting to decipher the cryptic symbols that adorned its surface. In a sudden revelation, the chamber seemed to shudder, a disconcerting tremor that reverberated through the stone walls. Shadows coalesced, twisting and contorting into enigmatic shapes that danced along the cryptic inscriptions, teasing Daniel's senses with their elusive meanings. In a heart-stopping moment, a sepulchral groan echoed through the chamber, a haunting lamentation that pierced the silence. The air thickened with an unsettling energy, and a sense of being watched by unseen eyes enveloped Daniel in a frightening embrace. Suddenly, a series of cryptic symbols began to glow upon the sarcophagus, an ominous manifestation that hinted at an ancient secret on the verge of awakening. Daniel's heart raced with trepidation as the mausoleum seemed to pulsate with a hair-raising resonance. A strange presence poised to reveal its enigmatic truth. At a high point, the ancient sarcophagus trembled, an unsettling movement that heralded a sinister revelation. With a blood-curdling shriek, the lid of the sarcophagus shifted, revealing an abyssal darkness that seemed to beckon from within. From the depths of the sarcophagus emerged a ghastly figure, a specter draped in tattered shrouds of time, its hollow gaze fixed upon Daniel. The apparition's anguished visage bore the weight of centuries, an echo of unresolved sorrow bound within the cryptic confines of the mausoleum. With a spectral wail that reverberated through the chamber, the apparition surged forth, an unearthly force that enveloped Daniel in its ethereal embrace. His terrified cries echoed through the mausoleum as the spectral entity claimed him, condemning him to an eternity trapped within the enigmatic shadows of the cryptic mausoleum. As the night settled over Stonehill Valley, an eerie silence descended upon the mausoleum, a testament to the enigmatic secrets that lingered within its ancient walls. Daniel Evans's disappearance became yet another haunting mystery, a real testament to the perils that awaited those who dared to unravel the enigmatic echoes of the past.